Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Hey there guys, my name is Kevin, and welcome to our Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer tutorial. We're going to be checking out the chords, the strumming pattern, and doing a brief play along at the end. So get your uke tuned up, and let's have some fun. So this song that we're learning today, and many more, come out of this book here, The Daily Ukulele. So if you want to check this out, I have this available on my website. I'm an Amazon influencer. So if you buy the book through All for Uke, you're supporting the cause, and I really appreciate it. So check this out, 365 songs. That's a song for, every day of the year. And they even have a leap year version, which is on the site as well, so you can get that extra song for the leap year every 4 years. So check this out, allforuke.com. All right, so I'm gonna quickly play through the verse section here, and then we'll go through the chords and then spend a little time playing it together. So it will sound like this. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? So we got some cool chords here, and we're just gonna use a single down strum for this entire verse section here. So the way that I do the down strum is I just kind of hold my hand underneath the body of the uke, and then with my thumb, I just kind of strum down like this the entire time. Or you could just take your index finger and do single down strums like this as well. I'll leave that up to you, but it's just gonna be a down strum thing that's happening here. So let's go through the chords that we'll need. The first chord is a D minor. So it sounds like this. It's middle finger on the G string, ring on the C string, 2nd fret, and then index on the 1st fret on the E string. And then we're gonna slide over to an E minor. So check out this little transition. My ring finger, moving from the D minor chord, is gonna slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, and then I place my middle finger on the E string, 3rd fret, index on the A string on the 2nd fret. It sounds like this. Then we move over to a G7 chord. So G7 is played like this, which is middle finger on the C string, 2nd fret, index on the 1st fret of the E string, and ring on the A string of the 2nd fret. And then we're home free with a C chord, just sliding over from G7 with our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the A string. And then we repeat that again, and then the only other chords that we need here are an A minor, which is played with middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. We have an E7 chord, so we move our middle finger down to the C string, 2nd fret, ring finger, 2nd fret of the A string, index on the G string, 1st fret. And then one more chord here is the D7, which you can either play the bar chord version of this, where you bar the 2nd fret and place your middle finger on the A string, 3rd fret. Or you can play the open version, which is just like your A minor chord with the addition of your ring finger on the E string on the 2nd fret. That looks like this. Your choice. If you feel like doing a bar chord today, that's on you. So we have the chords now, we have the strumming pattern. Let's just try to play this really slow together. I'll lead us with my voice as we do this, but pretty much every chord you're gonna be switching on a 2 count, except towards the end of the verse section here. But I think it's probably easier to think about this as just kind of following the lyrics, and I think that's kind of what will resonate more with you as we go. So we're gonna use a 2 count to get in here, so let me just demonstrate that. So I'll say 1, 2, you know Dasher, just so you're prepared for that entrance. I know it can be a little bit weird. All right, here we go, ready for that 2 count. 1, 2, you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all. So that is the verse section. If you need to pause, rewind, and try that a few times, feel free to do so. You'll have another chance to do that with the rest of the song towards the end of the video. All right, so now I'm gonna play through the chorus section, and then we'll go through chord by chord. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Okay, so let's check this out now. So the strumming pattern that I use for this section and the bridge section, not the brizz, is down, down, up. So the way I do the down, down, up strum is I go 1, then a ghost strum, and then 2, and. So it's down, down, up. Now that first down strum is a little bit more of a shortened strum. So it's that's what creates that kind of bounce. And the reason that I chose this strum is because I think of sleigh bells and I kind of think of this bouncy jingle that's going on, because there's no strumming pattern that's been completely determined for this, so we're kind of always trying to apply what's going to make the sound feel and sound the most like the recording. So we have 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. So let's just hold a C chord and try that together really quick here. I'll give us a count in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 2, and 4, 2, and down, down, up, down. All right, so there's only one new chord for this section, and that happens at the end of the chorus. That chord is the old famous C7. The C7 we play here with our index finger on the 1st fret of the A string. It's that nice dominant 7 chord that kind of brings us back into the front of the chorus again. So as I played the end of the chorus, that demonstration, I played that C7 chord just one time. So now we're going to go through this together, starting on the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Stay on the C. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. So did you catch that little C7 move at the very end there? That's going to happen to lead us into the bridge. Well, let's talk about the bridge section now. All right, here's a little quick demo of the bridge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? All right, so let's check out what's happening there with the chords. The only 2 new chords we need for the bridge section are F major, which is middle finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, index on the E string on the 1st fret. So it kind of looks like your D minor chord without the ring finger. And then I've got a cool chord for you. This is a bonus. This is a G sharp diminished chord. So this is one that, you might find in 1 in every 100 songs, but it's a really cool chord to know. Diminished chords kind of serve a purpose of creating a lot of tension, and I think this is pretty cool to learn. So the chord sounds like this. Ooh. So we use our index finger here on G string 1st fret, ring finger on the C string 2nd fret, middle finger, 1st fret E string, and pinky A string on the 2nd fret. Another way to think of this is you're going to be moving to this chord from a G chord. So if you just took your G chord here from its normal position, moved it up a string and over to the 1st fret, then you just lay your pinky down and you're playing that G sharp diminished. So check out that little trick again. I went G, kept the formation of the chord, moved it up here, and added my pinky. So I would suggest you pull that little switch out of the equation when you're working on this and just spend some time practicing that chord move. That's also something, just in general, if you're going through a song and you find there's this little sticky spot, I would allocate most of my time to kind of working on that little spot that's troubling me, rather than just kind of putting it into the context of the song the entire time. So now we're going to play this section together, nice and slow. We're going to continue just using this down, down, up strum the entire time. So follow along below and let's check it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? So that's the bridge section. Now we're going to take these 3 sections and put them together for a consolidated short play along. But as I mentioned before, if you need to spend some time on each one of these sections individually, I suggest you do that. Just kind of get your head around this a little bit before you dive in. So here we go. Well, I know I mentioned we were going to do a short play along, but you know, it's the time of the season where I just want to give a little bit more to you guys. So we're going to do a full play along here for this one, going through. The only thing I want you to catch is at the very end of the song, we're going to end with that chorus section. You'll go down in history. We're going to kind of slow it down. So just, you'll be able to catch me. I'll forecast it for you as we get there. So here we go from the start. I'm going to do a 2 count in. So I'll go 1, 2, you know, Dasher. So just be prepared for that. Here we go. Get those sleigh bells ringing. 1, 2, you know, Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? 2, 3, 4. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. I think that's a pretty cool ending, right? Well, I hope this song brings a little extra joy to your holiday season this year. Have some fun with it, spend some time on those tricky chord sequences, and make sure that you're really honing in on that strumming pattern and all the little nuance of this song and playing this. Hopefully you're playing this at your gathering this year. So if you guys like this video, I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel, click that alert bell so you know when the next video is coming your way. You can always click that watch later button too if you're running short on time, but you still want to catch the tutorial. We're premiering videos every week, multiple times, so we got a lot of great content coming out for you all the time. Want to mention one more time, if you guys want to check out the song sheet for this, I'll have that available at allforuke.com, where I also have the book that has the music notation for this as well. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. My name is Kevin. See you next time.